Southern California's ICU capacity reaches critical numbers. The moves hospitals are making as they are stretched thin. Plus, Pfizer and Moderna's COVID vaccines share many things in common, but there are notable differences. ABC 10 goes in depth comparing the two. And as our season of hope, how a local nonprofit's latest fundraiser combines Mexican folk art with the nativity scene.
ABC 10 News at 6 starts now.
The number of available hospital beds in our region is now dangerously low, almost at zero. Good evening. I'm Lindsay Pena. Steve and Kim are off tonight. Our current ICU capacity is now at just half of 1%. This comes amid a record-breaking number of COVID cases and deaths reported in California today. ABC 10 News reporter Jennifer De La Cruz explains how hospitals are stretched to their limit.
In a press conference Wednesday, county supervisors stressing our battle with COVID-19 is far from over.
Thanksgiving holiday season has hit us really hard. A significant increase, record numbers of cases, massive increases in hospitalizations, and significant jumps in reported deaths attributed to COVID.
ICU capacity for Southern California has plummeted to just 0.5%. Supervisor Nathan Fletcher says vital surgeries for cancer patients and organ transplants have been put on hold to make more room for COVID patients.
The staffing challenges are real, and it could mean that we may not be able to actually staff the available ICU beds that we have today.
On Tuesday, Governor Newsom made a sobering announcement in response to the state's highest COVID-19 surge to date. About 5,000 body bags and dozens of refrigerated trucks have been ordered and are on standby. The county says they have not heard if any of those are being sent here. They added they've already had extra bags and trucks on standby since the start of the pandemic, and those still haven't been used. Although we've reached a turning point, we are still very close to another holiday that will tempt many to gather together.
In less than 10 days, we will head into the Christmas season. We have to take action different at Christmas than we did at Thanksgiving.
On Monday, the county received its first shipment of the Pfizer vaccine. A total of 28,000 doses are being administered to frontline workers. But the county says that's only enough to cover 72% of healthcare workers at the top of the list to get it. All 28,000 recipients will get their second dose when more Pfizer vaccines arrive. Jennifer De La Cruz, ABC 10 News.
Restrictions on some businesses will be eased once our available ICU capacity goes over 15%. And here are the latest coronavirus numbers in San Diego County. Today, more than 2,800 new cases were reported, bringing our total to more than 114,000. 23 more deaths were also reported. In total, more than 1,200 San Diegans have died from the virus. Well, tomorrow, a key advisory committee to the FDA will vote on Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine. New documents from the FDA show that vaccine has a lot of similarities to the one made by Pfizer. ABC 10 News anchor Derek Stahl is going in depth to explain where they differ.
Both Moderna and Pfizer's vaccines rely on the same basic approach, jump-starting the immune system with messenger RNA. And a new review by the FDA confirmed their overall effectiveness is essentially identical. 95% for Pfizer, 94.1% for Moderna.
They both do what they're supposed to, which is excellent, and it's really good news.
I'd be happy, frankly, to get either of them.
Like Pfizer's vaccine, the FDA found Moderna's worked equally well in men and women, in different ethnic groups, and in people with underlying conditions. However, in people over the age of 65, Moderna's vaccine dipped slightly in effectiveness to 86.4%. UC San Francisco's Dr. Peter Chin-Hong says, statistically speaking, the dip could have been a fluke.
When I think people in the community look at that number, they might say, oh, that vaccine, that Moderna vaccine probably isn't as good for the older population compared to the Pfizer vaccine. But as a clinician looking at these numbers, they're both amazing.
Another possible difference, Moderna showed stronger data that its vaccine prevented severe cases of COVID-19. Out of 30,000 volunteers, there were 30 severe cases of COVID, and all of them were in the placebo group. There were no cases in people who got the vaccine. In Pfizer's trial, one vaccinated person did get a severe case, compared to 10 who got the placebo.
But again, we still need more data, and it's not a reason to recommend one versus the other.
The FDA found both vaccines are safe, but short-term side effects are common, especially with Moderna's drug. 68% felt fatigue, 63% had a headache, along with muscle pain, joint pain, and chills. The symptoms typically went away in one day. Dr. Abby Olalade is with Sharp Reese Staley.
Just because a vaccine has side effects doesn't mean that it's not safe. And so we know that side effects happen actually because your immune system is working and waking up. It's actually a positive thing.
Experts say the slight difference in side effects could be because of differences in the way researchers polled the volunteers, or it could be something with the architecture of the vaccines. The companies used different bubbles of fat to enclose the messenger RNA. Moderna's bubble is a little stronger and more stable, so it doesn't need to be stored at subarctic temperatures.
For example, with the Snickers bar, if you hold it in your hand and it, melts, that as opposed to M&Ms that don't do the same thing, that's proprietary. And so that might be a difference that is contributing to that.
It could be that one elicits a little bit more inflammation than the other.
Doctors say having slightly more side effects might mean Moderna's vaccine prompts a stronger and potentially longer-lasting immunity to the virus, but it's not yet clear. Derek Stahl, ABC 10 News.
And the biggest difference may be where these vaccines get sent. Since Moderna's doesn't need to be kept as cold, it's likely to be sent to more rural areas and community health centers that don't have sophisticated deep freezers. Some tense moments this afternoon after a brush fire pushed towards homes and power lines in Santee. The Chaparral fire erupted just before 2 near Cuyamaca Street and Chaparral Drive. That's where our ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo is live as many neighbors prepared to evacuate. Laura.
They did, Lindsay, and many people chose to stay in their homes, but some did tell me that they decided to pack up their most important belongings just in case. You can see the crews here behind me. Most of them are wrapping up, but they are still monitoring the hillside that burned behind this neighborhood. Let's go to some video from Sky 10. When the fire erupted, many in this neighborhood making them nervous seeing the flames that were coming down the hill. Smoke filled the air and the flames were rushing through the open field behind these homes. The fire was first spotted at around 1:30 near Chaparral Drive and Cuyamaca Street. Fire crews attacking the flames from the ground and with water drops from helicopters. I spoke to one homeowner who was driving home when he saw the smoke.
As we were coming home, obviously we could see the smoke from where we were coming, so to come up this street and just see it basically in the backyard, I mean, it catches you off guard at first, but then as I saw the guys that were back there and they just, you could just tell they have a sense of confidence. I was like, I felt secure.
And again, fire crews are still out here. We did see some crews on the hillside right now, but again, most of the firefighters are wrapping up. Now, the cause of this fire is still under investigation. Reporting live in Santee, Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.